Strawberry jam feels like one of those things that could be complicated. Special sugars, added pectin, and a bit of confusion at the boiling stage. But actually with just strawberries, sugar, lemon juice and a bit of patience, you can make a perfect strawberry jam with no added pectin whatsoever. It's bright, sweet, slightly sharp, perfect on toast or straight from the spoon when you're pretending to test it. So today we're making a simple no pectin strawberry jam. Let's get to it.
And honestly, that really is most of the recipe. The ingredients are on screen now, and I'll put the full list in the pinned comment as well. Before we cook anything, we need to do a little bit of prep. First, get 2 plates and put them in the freezer. One is for checking whether the jam has set, and the second is for a retry in case it hasn't. Because jam likes to keep you humble. Don't worry, I'll show you exactly how that works later on. The jam cooks fairly quickly, so it's also worth getting your jars sterilised before you start. I'm washing up 2 old shop-bought strawberry jam jars, which seems only fitting really. If you are recycling jars, just make sure they're in good condition, no chips, no cracks, and a lid that still seals properly. I'm boil sterilising my jars here, which is my preferred method. I've got a full video coming out on sterilising techniques, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss that one. First, I'm weighing out the sugar. Ordinary granulated white sugar is absolutely fine for this. This is a traditional full sugar jam, so I'm using equal weights of fruit and sugar. 1 gram of sugar for every gram of strawberries. So yes, this is very much a sweet summer treat. Put the sugar aside and then we can start prepping the strawberries. I had a little helper today, which is honestly one of my favourite parts of doing these garden and kitchen projects. I love getting the kids involved where I can. Do you get your kids involved in the cooking or preserving as well? Let me know in the comments. For the strawberries, I'm just removing the tops and cutting them into quarters. There's no need to blitz them. They'll break down quite a lot as they cook anyway, and if you want them a bit smoother later, you can always give them a gentle mash in the pan. I like leaving a bit of texture because it helps it feel like proper homemade jam, rather than accidentally drifting into strawberry sauce territory. Once the strawberries are prepped, put them in the pan and then we'll salt the lemons. I'm using about 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, which is roughly 2 lemons. I'm halving mine and using a juicer to get as much juice out as possible while keeping the seeds out, but don't throw the squeezed lemon halves away, because these are going into the pan as well. Strawberry jam needs a bit of help to get a good set because strawberries are naturally quite low in pectin. That's why a lot of strawberry jam recipes use jam sugar or added pectin. We're not doing that here. Instead, we're using lemon juice for acidity, and we're also simmering the squeezed lemon halves with the fruit to help draw a little pectin from the peel, pith and membranes. It's not magic, but it does help the set along. So into the pan go the strawberries, the lemon juice and the squeezed lemon halves. Bring that up gently over a low heat for around 10 minutes just to help the strawberries soften and release some of the juice before we add the sugar.
Some people cover the strawberries with sugar and leave them overnight to draw the moisture out of the strawberries. I don't like to do that just in case the sugar doesn't draw the moisture out and then you ended up with basically glazed strawberries that you're going to have to put in a pan and you might accidentally caramelise, burn a bit of the sugar, get big crystals in your jam. So I just think this is an easier way. Draw the juices out with a low heat and then put your sugar in.
Once you've got a decent amount of juice in the pan, like this, I add all of the sugar. Keep the heat low at this stage and stir until the sugar has fully dissolved. You don't want to rush this bit because if the sugar catches before it dissolves properly, it can affect the texture and the flavour of the jam. You'll actually hear the difference as it dissolves. At first the spoon sounds quite gritty against the bottom of the pan, and then it gradually becomes smoother. Once you're happy the sugar's dissolved, turn the heat up high and bring the jam to a rolling boil. A rolling boil is when it's bubbling strongly and keeps bubbling even when you stir it. Start checking after around 8 to 10 minutes. You can also use a jam thermometer here as well. Jam setting point is usually around 105 degrees centigrade, so that's a useful guide. But I still like to back that up with the cold plate test because it gives you a much better feel for the actual set. While it's boiling, you'll probably notice some foam or scum forming on the surface. Just skim that off as best you can. If you miss a bit, don't panic. It's harmless. It just means your jam might not be quite as clear. But it's homemade. Nothing's supposed to be perfect. Once the jam has boiled for around 8 to 10 minutes or reached 105 degrees centigrade on a thermometer, turn off the heat and take one of your plates out of the freezer. Spoon a small amount of jam onto the cold plate, then pop it in the fridge for a couple of minutes. After that, push it gently with your finger. If it wrinkles like this and it's not running straight around the plate, your jam is ready.
Another thing with jam sets as well, some of them do just naturally set slightly softer than others, so it's not the end of the world. As long as it's not an absolute sauce, as long as you can spread it on a bit of toast, it's done in my opinion.
If it's still too loose, don't worry, put the pan back on the heat, boil it for another few minutes and test again with your second plate. Once you're happy with the set, remove the lemon halves from the pan, give the jam a final stir, and then we're ready to jar.
So you can see, it's easy to get a reasonable set with just a pure strawberry jam, no added additional fruits or added pectin, and it tastes bloody good even if I do say so myself. If you have enjoyed watching this video today, please do think about liking and subscribing, it helps grow the channel, and it's free. I'm also going to be releasing a Preserves Basics YouTube series, so by subscribing you shouldn't miss that. If you want to see some other jams I've made, I really rate this one, or YouTube thinks you'll like this one. Until next time, keep crafting self-reliance, one skill at a time. So I stand here and talk like this. I think that works.